Hello, Year 2. Welcome back to my living room library here in my condo. And I'd like you to have just a quick look behind me here. I've got so many friends now in the library listening to the stories as well. We have Bear, we have Rabbit, we have the Big Bad Wolf, we have a dog, and let me introduce you to the newest member. This is Chicken. Chicken is noisy, so Chicken stays on the couch unless we have a story about a chicken. And of course we have Penelope. You probably notice I have a lot more books on my couch now too. It's a good thing I've got lots of books to read. So this book I've chosen today for you guys is called Broken Bird. And underneath the title, it says A Tale of True Love. Now don't let that scare you off. This is such a beautiful story. And I have not read this book in such a long time. I'm so happy to share it with you guys today. Let's just have a quick check though. So we already said this was called the title, Broken Bird, A Tale of True Love. And in this leaf here, in the middle of the nest, we have a name, Michael Broad. Who do you think that is, Year 2? Yes, if you said the author, you would be correct. And there's no other name on the front, so that must mean that Michael Broad is also the person who did the pictures, so he's the illustrator. Excellent. All right, let's just have a quick look at the back. And in the back we have the barcode, what we use to check out the books. We have the call number, and you can see the call number says this book comes from PB. And where did the first 3 letters come from underneath here? BRO. How many of you said from the author's last name? Very good, BRO. And of course, who remembers what we call this part on the back of the book? It's that funny word. Yes, it's the blurb. And of course, the blurb tells us a little bit about what's going to happen in the story without giving it away. So it says here, Broken Bird is born with only one wing, but he refuses to believe he will never fly. He puts his best foot forward and sets off to explore the world from the ground. What waits for him in the city brings him bigger happiness than he could ever have imagined. So, look at the front cover. You can tell that bird comes out of his egg with one wing. I wonder if that's why the title is Broken Bird. All right, let's have a look. Michael Broad, Broken Bird. You can tell this is an old book because the pages are stuck together. When Broken Bird hatched from his egg, he didn't know he was different from other birds. It was only when his brothers began to point and laugh at him that he realized he only had one wing. Broken Bird looked inside his shell to make sure he had not left it behind, but the other wing was nowhere to be found. As time went by, his brothers grew big and strong, gobbling up all the fat, juicy worms. They didn't give Broken Bird a chance. Look how sad he looks. You don't need the best worms, they teased. You'll never fly with one wing. Poor Broken Bird was only left with the small, thin ones. While both his brothers learned to fly, Broken Bird began to build himself another wing. But it wouldn't flap and it kept falling off. A single tear rolled down Broken Bird's beak. The day came when his brothers started stretching their wings to fly away, and Broken Bird was left all alone. "Never mind," he said. "I will use my 2 feet instead." So let's get Chicken, because Chicken has, well, she's kind of in the bird family, not a flyer like Broken Bird, but she's going to use her 2 feet and she's going to explore the world by walking, not flying. I'll show you the 2 pages again. True, walking wasn't as much fun as flying, but Broken Bird met lots of creatures along the way who also had no wings. Although they could all swim or slither or run fast. So if we took Dog, Dog can run fast, right? Rabbit can hop. Chicken has to use his feet. "I just don't belong here," sighed Broken Bird. "Maybe," he thought, suddenly feeling better, "maybe I'm a city bird." And he set off, leaving the woods behind. When he reached the city, it was nighttime. Broken Bird's legs were very tired. It was very noisy and everything moved so quickly. Broken Bird started to feel scared. Oh dear, this is not turning out to be a very nice story. Broken Bird looked for a quiet place to sleep, away from all the bustle. He whistled a happy tune to try and cheer himself up. And soon he realized someone was whistling too, besides him. And when he looked around, he saw a yellow beak pointing out of a cardboard box. Maybe the story's going to turn around now. "Hello," said Broken Bird. "Hello," said the yellow beak. "Why don't you come out so I can see you?" asked Broken Bird. And look, this is what the yellow beak is seeing from the hole. "Because I don't want to scare you," said the beak from inside the box. "You won't scare me, I promise," said Broken Bird, crossing the feathers in his wing, like crossing your fingers. Now, before we go on to the story, what do you think is in the box? It has a beak. Did you guess a yellow bird? Excellent. Now, what do you think is wrong with the yellow bird? Yes, I bet you figured it out, year 2. Let's see if you're right. The yellow beak belonged to a yellow bird. Broken Bird thought she was the most beautiful thing he had ever seen. He said, "My name's Broken Bird. What's yours?" And here she is. "Scary Bird," she replied shyly. "My sisters told me a bird with 1 wing would scare people away. I only have one wing too, said Broken Bird. My brothers told me a bird that can't fly must be broken. They looked at each other for a moment, not knowing what to say. And then they started laughing. It was the first time either of them had ever laughed, and they were not sure how to stop. They talked and laughed until the sun came up. In the morning, Broken Bird and Scary Bird left the city and returned to the woods. Notice all the other animals. Broken Bird showed his friend his favorite tree, and they set to work building a special nest. Life was good. And after lots of practice and two very strong wings between them, oh look, they had some baby chicks, they even learned to fly. So, a beautiful, sweet little story about how everyone can find a friend, and in this case, true love. All right, I hope you enjoyed that book here too. It was kind of a silly little sweet book, but it's nice to have a sweet book every now and then. So, until I see you again, be well and be good. Bye. Say goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye. Ruff, ruff. And of course,